Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all will be fine as we are on our unit number 7, the flying machine 2. In our previous lesson, we have done the meanings of the difficult words. Today, we will do the Act A comprehension of the exercise. We will start from our question number 1, that is answer the following question. Here are given some questions, so we have to give the answers of these questions. Let's start from our first part A, that is who pushed the glider off the rock. In the very beginning of this unit, we read that, let's start from here. Behind the glider were 10 boys, all friends of Sammy's. Sammy raised his right hand, then he shouted, "Now come on boys, all together, push." The boys all pushed. So from here we get that all the friends of Sammy and Sammy himself pushed the glider off the rock. For your more clear understanding, I have wrote the answer like this. You can see over there. Here is the answer of A. Who pushed the glider off the rock? Sammy and the other boys pushed the glider off the rock. Now let's come towards the next part B, that is, why did the glider tilt to one side? In the reading, we get that the one string of the glider had been broken. So Uncle Salim tried to mend that string. He leant over and tried to catch the end of the string, but suddenly the whole glider tilted over on its side. So I have brought this over here for your more clear understanding. The glider tilted over on its side because Uncle Salim leant over and tried to catch the end of the broken string. Let's come to the part C. That is, what happened when Uncle Salim caught hold of the bamboo stick? So, what happened when Uncle Salim caught hold of the bamboo stick? Uncle Salim caught hold of the bamboo stick, but the glider started to go round and round in circles, getting lower and lower. So, you can see it over here like this. Part C, when Uncle Salim caught hold of the bamboo stick, the glider started to go round and round in circles, getting lower and lower. Now let's come to the part D, that is, did Uncle Salim enjoy his flight? Say why. So what you guessed, that Uncle Salim enjoyed this ride or not? So let's read this last line. From this last line, we will get that either Uncle Salim enjoyed or not. I shall never go in another flying machine for the rest of my life. As we know that Uncle Salim was very afraid and he had to face an accident due to flying the glider. So we can say that Uncle Salim didn't enjoy his ride. So for your more clear understanding of the answer, you can see over there, he did not enjoy his flight and said that he never wanted to go in another flying machine. Now let's come to the part E, that is, what other materials could Sammy have used to build the glider? In our previous lesson, unit number 6, part 1 of the flying machine, we read that Sammy used some screws, newspaper, paint, or such type of things to make the glider. So what other materials could Sammy have used? Sammy might have used cloth, Sammy might have used any plastics, Sammy might have used any aluminium. So it's upon you that what you think that what other materials Sammy could have used. I have wrote the answer like this. Part E, cloth, plastic, aluminium. I have mentioned these 3 materials that Sammy could have used. You can write any. Now let's come to the next part, F. This question is more difficult. Discuss is first. So this is a difficult question, or it may be lengthy. So let's read. When did Uncle Salim shriek and why? At what times do people shriek? So we have to discuss the time when did Uncle Salim shriek and why. So in the beginning, we read that Uncle Slim let out a shriek and pulled the road towards him. So to know at what time Uncle Slim shrieked, let's read the previous paragraph. The boys all pushed, and before Uncle Slim knew what was happening, the glider had been hurled over the rock and had started to fall at great speed towards the fields below. As the glider was going down and it was hurled over the rock, so that's why Uncle Slim shrieked. For your more clear understanding, let's read the answer from here. Uncle Slim shrieked when the glider was pushed off the rock and it started to fall towards the ground. He shrieked because he was frightened and surprised. So Uncle Slim was very frightened and he was very surprised when glider was pushed off the rock. Now let's discuss the next part of this question. At what times do people shriek? So people shriek when they get frightened or when they get angry or due to illness. You can mention any of the reason. I have mentioned this reason over here. People shriek when they get frightened or get angry. I hope so that today's lecture is clear to all of you. It was interesting for all of you. You all must read it very well or understand it. Allah Hafiz.